it's Barb. Welcome to my craft studio. I have a haul to share. I'll be right back. Okay, I got an Amazon order, a heavy planner order, and a stamp and storage order. I'll be honest, if you're in a hurry, if you want to order, if you're investing in stamp, punch, die storage, you want to order from one of these type of companies. They're much quicker. Stamp and storage. I ordered on Friday, I believe. It shipped on Monday. I got it Wednesday. Granted, I'm fairly close to them, so I think they're in Minnesota. I'm in Illinois, so it didn't have as far to go, but it's worth doing. I'm trying to decide, do I paint it or do I leave it natural? If I paint, I think I would just paint this outer part and this ledge and leave the inside natural. I'm not going to paint that, but I'm debating, do I paint that, and if so, do I paint that white or do I paint it turquoise? I lean towards white if I paint, because my Organize More ones that I ordered my stamp pad storage from, when those get here, they will be white. One thing I like about them is they were, I think, like slightly cheaper as compared to their natural ones. Their white ones that they paint cost way more than Organize More's. Organize More did not have punch storage though. This is for the lockdown punches. Now, I'm not sure I have that many lockdown punches. It came with some of the spacers. So if you have shorter punches, you can slide those in and they stay at the ends. I'm gonna have to try to haul up to the top and put them away. I am actually leaning towards leaving them natural. I ordered these. They're called kickstands. These two go at the ends of like two. You put it at the end of two different ones, and then this one goes in the middle and it rests on that. I'm not going to use them for my punch storage though. I'm going to use these for my stamp pad storage when they come from the other company. I think they'll work with theirs just as well as they work with that one's. And then I can slide like my Misty underneath and my other stamp. I have a couple other stamping platforms. I can slide them right underneath where I store my stamp pads so that that's all together. I hadn't even thought about doing that until I seen them. I thought, And then this one is for whale tail punches, your bigger punches. They have a different cabinet that they recommend for like Martha Stewart ones, or there was another one they said. I have the Martha Stewart ones. I didn't have any of the other ones. I have a little one that my father-in-law made me that I'm going to see how many can fit on. I'm thinking, I don't know, I may have to order one of those instead, or in addition to the one that my father-in-law made me, because I don't think I had room for all of my Marthas on that. But I'd like to get them all in, all my punches into one area. If that makes sense. Amazon, there's a couple things that are crafty in here. This one. They're cat feeding bowls. They're actually 4 out here. I wanted some extra bowls so that I could keep an assortment of them out here for the cat to eat from, and some out there. Oops, I need to put this away. And then I ordered a little bit taller of a stool than the ones that I bought at Target. They have an even taller one, which I think Target had that too, but I decided I probably didn't need quite as tall. I just wanted a little one to kind of keep over by my 5 cube calyx unit. I think this one was 13 inches high, and it was like $18. It came in pretty colors too. The pretty colors cost more, and I'm like, black's fine. I'm just going to be stepping on it and whatever. So I'm going to tuck that over underneath my desk on that, by that calyx unit, so that if I need something up top, I can just step up on that, grab what I need, and then put it back. That's the plan anyways. Also from Amazon, I bought two. I'm trying to think which one this was. Does it tell you somewhere? One of them had a 10-foot cord. This one had 10-foot cords. This one had, there were two of them in there. They had 10-foot cords. Hold on, stop. Oh, that's just UPS delivering. But this one had two 10-foot cords, and then this one that looked like this. I thought it had more than one USB port. I mean, it'll be fine. This one, I believe, had a few USB ports. Yeah, it had two USB-Cs. But I need to get another one that's just, you can actually buy ones that give you multiple USB ports. So there's always that object. I need to get rid of those boxes. I ordered, these were on special. They're pastel highlighters. They were in really pretty colors. I'm going to put them on my planner area. Oh, I also picked up one item at Dollar General. I bought this little freezer, and I was looking everywhere for this the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I hadn't shared it in my video yet. I bought two of them, but that's I'm finding these tuck well alongside like my stamp sets because there's just a little bit of space, and rather than pasting that, I'm filling in like my stamp blocks there, my stamp cleaner, stuff like that makes sense next to those. And then I bought a package of the P-Touch refills. I usually just find whatever the best deal is on them. These are not the P-Touch brand. There's some generic brand that you can find on Amazon. I have bought multiple different brands. I have never had a problem with any of them. They're a fraction of the cost, and I actually like that the label, the paper tape on the back is like split in two parts, so it's kind of easier to separate than the actual P-Touch brand. But anyways, there's that. And then Happy Planner did sales last week where they did different deals every day. And this day they had done 7 planner sticker books. I can't remember the price. I don't remember what the price was. But I ordered 7, but one of them wasn't available, so they gave me a refund on that one. But they sent the other 6. They still gave me that pricing. They just prorated the pricing and gave me the refund on one. This one was seasonal florals. A lot of times I'll add florals to just about any themed layout that I'm doing. I have not decorated my planner in probably a month. I want to get back to it. It was hard when I was going back and forth between the two places. I had part of my stuff here, part of it there. I think I'm actually getting close to the point where I might actually be able to craft. And then this one is Alice in Wonderland. Now, she's not my favorite, but for that price, I thought, I would go ahead and pick them up. So I picked out Alice in Wonderland. I had one Snow White one that I had gotten on clearance at Hobby Lobby, but I bought another one. This one is designed for the big planner, which I kind of like better because that's the planner I use, and I think the ones that I got at Hobby Lobby were for the classic size. Will I use them in my big planner? Yep, I will. But these ones fit it a little better. But this one is called Dates and Holidays. I always need those because I usually buy planners on clearance. So it's in holidays. I always use those because I redate my planners. I buy them on clearance, and then I just redate them. This one's another one that says essential dates and numbers. So it's got the days, the months, the numbers. I think there might be holidays in there as well. So they're things that I always use well. So when I find good deals on those, I like to pick them up because I know I'll need them eventually. And then I bought this one called Spring Market. Which had a lot of florals and like fruit and stuff. Some of those, honestly, I would use for summer, not for spring. But anyways, that, okay. My daughter had knocked on the door and said, I'm just putting your package out here. It's actually my HSN auto ship order of the next Diamond Press organization. I really wish my studio had been done sooner because I'm still not to the point where I'm sure, is that falling apart, that I want to that I'm going to use these. That it's practical in my room. We'll find out, I guess. I did think about using it for some of my seasonal stuff and doing it that way, but anyways, it gives you I'm not sure what size these boxes are. Just give the dimensions anywhere. I should have left the other one down that I put together. It's kind of a narrow box. I'm gonna say maybe like 6 by 8 by, it's probably like 12 to 13 inches deep. That would be my guess. I'm probably not exact on that. This one is the 12 by 12 paper dividers, because there are, I think there's 2 of those here, or is there only one? Oh, I guess there's only one in the other set. Maybe I'll rethink what I was going to do with them. I thought the additional sets might come with the same as the other one, but they do not. So yeah, I might rethink how I was doing those. And do I really want them? I do think this one would be really pretty for storing your like birthday type stuff in, but it's really wide, so do I want that taking up all that extra space in my paper area? I could use them in my go back station and maybe use, like, right now I have the purple one for my rainbow. I could use this one for like my themed paper. I know there's a Halloween and a Christmas one coming, but I'll just have to think whether it's worth the cost of both of them before the next one's ready to be shipped. I probably definitely could use the extra envelope, so there's that. I could also see me using like the smaller box for maybe like themed dies or what, stamps or dies or whatever, because I'm trying to get those more accessible. And I really did like these ones. I used them for some of my smaller themes. I don't like that they're fully enclosed, but it's not a deal breaker. It's still better, I think, than just having them mixed into one big container. So I just have to think whether it's worth that or not. And then these are dividers for that other box, and they did give you some more magnet cards, so that's good. So I just have to think, is the cost of it worth the items that I really, really know I will use? Which it might be. I just have to give that some thought of how I would use each of them. I think that means I am going to move those ones. I had put my Valentine's paper in the purple one, but I think I'm going to take it out because it does not give you 2 of each. The only one you got 2 of was the first initial shipment. The first initial shipment, you got 2 of the paper ones, 2 of the narrow ones that they only give you 1 of here, and then they gave you a bigger one, and the bigger one I really liked. And you don't get that in this set. So I'll have to think about that. Granted, the set was cheaper than the initial set, but that's kind of, oh, and the other thing I had bought, which if you've watched my haul video, you've probably already know, is I bought some of these pen holders. I wanted to get that up there closer. I was going to ask, do any of you know if they make something like this that's stackable so that I can change, I can only use however much height that I want, that doesn't have the individual slots? It's one thing I loved about Tiffany's pen and ink palettes is that there were no slots, so it was easier if you were storing different types of pens in the same place to not have those slots. So slots aren't, they're great if your markers are all the same, but when you're storing all of your pens kind of together, outside of like maybe my alcohol inks. Okay, just a quick little update on the diamond press stuff. I was wrong about which sizes that it gave you. This is the design of this one. It's the celebration one. It gives you one of the paper ones. This is what the paper one from the original one. I had it all put together, so I figured I would share that. And it gives you one of this size. So I might be able to use these for like some of my bulky stuff for the holidays and put them up top where I was going to put all of them, but I don't think I'll use it for my seasonal papers. And I'm thinking the little boxes, I might end up trying to see if I can make them work for some of my larger stamps and die sets, because the envelopes and stuff they give you for this box, which, where's my ruler? It's gonna see if I can give you the measurements. Look. Oh, let's just try to reach it. It's like 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 by, let me take the lid off because I think it'll be easier to get a better measurement. Maybe like 7 1/4, right around there, give or take. But you could also use that for like stamps or die sets if you wanted. But I kind of like the smaller ones for that. I was thinking for some reason that it gave you this size, which those envelopes and folders will fit in here. You just have to put them, they consider the thing to go this way and you're going to want to put them in that way. But it would work. I just have to pull it off to look through them. But not a big deal. But I'll have 2 of these from the first set. So I'm thinking I might try to use these for stamps and dies. One thing I noticed is my lid split when I tried to put it on the top of it. Though if I use it for stamps and dies, I'm probably just going to leave it on the bottom. I like how it looks. I might turn that so that that splits in the back so you don't see it. I wish give my little opinion here. It has an adhesive closure. I kind of wish that they'd done like a snap closure. I think it would have been, I always have problems with the adhesives, no matter how good of adhesive they seem to use, of wanting to stay attached. As a matter of fact, the paper one overnight, it kind of gave way and I had to pick it up, and I've actually got it clipped right now to try to keep it hopefully stick better. If I have to, I'll put my own sticky on it. But I do think I'm going to try to manage to use these because they do give you the pockets and they gave you a few magnets. I should measure their magnet sheets and see if I could find. I don't know if any of Tiffany's are similar or not. Or Diamond Press might sell these on their website. Maybe try to order more of the magnet sheets. Because if I use them for stamped die sets, I'm going to want a magnet in them to hold the dies. Are theirs white on both sides like Tiffany's are? Or are they just white on one side? I'm curious. I don't know if they're white on both sides or if they have two, like back to back. Yeah, I think they're just white on one side. Looking here, that they have two. Maybe not. Maybe there's only one here. It's just a one really thick one, I think. It's just got the black core in it, but it is just one magnet card. So I guess they're thinking you can use that just to, with the dies you're currently working on, put there. But I have a couple of easel ones for that, so I wouldn't need it for that. But I'll have to measure that card. And Tiffany has a few different size magnet cards, or used to. Hopefully she'll come up with something similar. These ones measure 9.5 by 6 1/4. I know Tiffany had like a 5.5 by 8.5 one. So that one could work. It'd be a little smaller, but it could work. Because I think this will fit inside the pocket too. Because honestly, I wouldn't mind trying to, since I have these, put them to use. Because yeah, you can put it in there and stamps and dies. Actually, I'm thinking these might be good for my themed ones, and put multiple little ones in there for whatever set that is, whatever set I put in there. I could just buy some vent covers right now too and cut those down because they're cheap enough that I could do that. That way I could move forward with storing my stamps and dies. I was like, I really need to get my stamps organized for this month, but I'm like, I don't know where my Tiffany stuff is, and I need those for putting some of those into pockets. So that is my next goal, is to get this to where I can start bringing like a load over every day and bring it over, unpacking it, and putting it away where it goes. So I think that's the point that I'm to, but I think I am going to try to use these that way for stamps die sets. That I'll probably mix stamps and dies because some of my stamps have die sets with them and some don't. So what's really hard is those little stamp sets is how do you make them stay in place there, you know what I mean? But I suppose I could maybe take out like a cardstock, and if they're on like the clear thing, put some adhesive tape on the back and stick it on cardstock that size. So if the stamps stay there, I'll have to pull the whole thing out to get the one I want, but not a deal breaker. But that's my goal, is to start working on my stamps and die sets. Let's slide that back over on the case. But anyways, I thought I would share the correct sizes I got in there in case anybody was wondering. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.